Welcome back, everybody. I have another Udyr build to show you guys, and this time it's a jungle tiger build. The main focus of this build is move speed, with high burst damage in the early game, but better DPS and wave clear later on. As usual, let's start by talking about the item build order. Even though this is a jungle build, we're not going to be finishing a jungle item. We're just going to start level 1 with the Hunter's Talisman, and ever since patch 6.9, you get the full jungle experience from the tier 1 jungle item. If you compare this to the Warrior Enchantment, 60 attack damage, 10% CDR, our first item, Yomu's Ghostblade, will give us that, but we'll also get Armor Pen and that active for getting kills. Every time we get a kill, it's basically going to be us activating Yomu's, Bear Stance, Q, Instant Thunderlords, which will do about half of their health altogether. Next item will be Zeal, and this is going to be upgraded into either Phantom Dancer or Static Shiv. Both of these will give us 5% movement speed, but the Phantom Dancer will give us another 7% movement speed when we're nearby enemy champions. Also, it says the last champion we hit deals 12% less damage to us, which is perfect if we're trying to assassinate the carries. If you're a little bit behind, or if you just want to split push, Static Shiv is going to increase our wave clear a ton. If you're going for kills, Phantom Dancer. If you want to split push, go for Static Shiv. For the defense, depending on whether you picked one or two of these, you will have 2 or 3 slots left to do defense. You want to start with building health, because you're going to have about 75 armor and 75 magic resist, and about only 1800 health around this point. So if you want armor first, you should buy the Giant's Belt and upgrade it into Deadman's or Randuin's. If you want magic resist, you should start with the Ruby Crystal, upgrade it into Spectre's Cowl, and Spirit Visage. And then after you get some health, then if you want to specifically counter AD or AP, then you could pick up a Frozen Heart or a Banshee's Veil. Let's talk about the Masteries before the runes, so you can get an idea of what our build is trying to do. We're running Thunderlords and Oppressor because, like I said earlier, our Engage combo, Bear Stance and then Tiger Stance, is going to trigger the Thunderlords during our stun, so our Q damage and our Thunderlords damage is going to be multiplied with our Oppressor Mastery. It's also going to be multiplied with our Assassin and Double-Edged Sword modifiers. And then for the runes, I'm running 2 quintessences of movement speed for 3% total movement speed, and then 1 quintessence of attack damage, all attack damage reds, flat armor yellows, 5 scaling magic resist blues, and 4 flat CDR for a total of 3% CDR at level 1. And combined with our Masteries, we're going to have 8% CDR at level 1. And there's a reason for that. I'll get into that more later. For the first clear, regardless of which side you're on, always start with Gromp, smite it, and then take blue. Remember to alternate your Q and W to keep your passive fully stacked and keep that attack speed up. Also, when you're killing blue, you can save yourself some health by kiting backwards like this, but you could survive without doing that if you haven't practiced it yet. Then after blue, either go to your wolves or your red buff so you can get your level 3. If you wanted to gank bot lane, in this situation, I would go to wolves and then go down to bot, but if I want to gank either mid or top, I'll take the red buff. Without level 3 Bear Stance, it'll be near impossible to get a catch. If there are no gankable lanes, if all your lanes are pushed towards the enemy side, you can just invade instead. This guy stole my red buff, so what I should have done is just go kill something else like Raptors or Krugs, get my level 3, but I just had to go fight this guy to the death. Just had to. I think I would have actually won if Rise didn't damage me. But anyways, since I died so early, I'm just going to play it safe for the next few minutes. I'll farm up just so I can get enough money to recall and get the items I intended to get for my first recall. Now I got the money to get this first section complete. So remember, in our runes and masteries we have 8% CDR, so when we get the 10% more from blue buff, we have 18% CDR. 18% CDR is special because on Udyr it's the minimum amount that allows us to keep our passive fully stacked by using only one spell instead of needing to alternate something. So for example, when we're ganking and running far, we can stack up our passive using only Bear Stance instead of needing to use something else in between every Bear Stance. It saves us some mana once we reach 18% CDR or more. That's the only reason. This guy is trapped, so let's just pick up this free kill. Now for the second recall, Always pick the Serrated Dirk before the Caulfield's Warhammer, because the Serrated Dirk is going to give us a lot more damage altogether. The Armor Pen on our Tiger Burn is going to help a lot. Couple easy kills. Right here, they have the Scuttle Vision, but the jungler just died and their mid laner died. So I just decided to go steal some stuff real quick. Riven is still up there though, so we can probably just kill her. Let's recall again, we can finish our Yomus. Make it a little bit easier to catch people, and also give us a little bit more damage in that first few seconds with that attack speed boost. Let's see if I can sneak up behind one of these guys. Use my sweeper so I know it's not warded. Trying to figure out where they went. And that's not the thing you want to see in this situation. The enemy jungler. Will he do it? Will he escape? Yomu's almost off cooldown. And there we go. We're out of there. Goodbye. So since my teammate was over here, I decided to ask him for some help for this Rift Herald. It's a little bit harder to solo it with this build without a jungle item because you don't have the extra on-hit damage from the jungle item against monsters. So if you're going this build, you can pretty much solo it every time if you wait until like 18 or 19 minutes. And luckily, my Bard is the best teammate ever, and he went to go distract that guy while I finish off the Rift Herald. Now, try to gank mid, hug this wall so he can't see me. Backed off, because that wasn't going to be a kill if I popped out, so I can just try again a few seconds later. This time my team actually showed up too. I would push mid lane right now, but they're defending it, so let's do something else. Gotta spend all this money. Phantom Dancer. Since my teammates are still pushing their own lanes, I don't want to go Static Shiv and take all their farm. They'd get pissed off. So we're going to pop our sweeper and just run straight into the enemy jungle to see if we can catch anybody out. And if we have our sweeper running, we know that nobody can see us. So we can get all the way through the entire jungle from one side to the other if we activate the sweeper when we go in. I'll probably only get Swiftness Boots like 1 out of 10 games, but this game, good enough for the Swiftness Boots. I don't think I'm really going to die. And since I saw those 2 pink wards there, I'm not going to stop after I activated my Yomus and Sweeper. I'm not going to waste those. If I stopped and killed them, it would just completely waste the duration. That was pretty close. If you stick to the far left wall in that tower, you can get out of range a little bit sooner. Then this last guy was trying to get away, and I'm just going to sprint, cut him off, trap him over here, wait for my team to show up, because we're going to kill him for sure. There's nothing he can do to get out of that. And I have no mana now, so if there's a fight, it's not going to go well for me, so let's just get out of here. This blue's coming up, but I'm just going to smite it and then give it over to my mid laner. And take out these pink wards that I saw earlier. So actually, this is going to be the end of this guide because they're about to surrender. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you learned. Leave a like if you did, and as always guys, let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions for builds that you want me to try. See you next time.